I used to work in a psychiatric hospital as a young nurse. One night I was working the night shift and we had a code blue, which meant a patient had died. It was a female patient who had been admitted for an attempted suicide. I don't remember her name now, but I do remember the face of her, the terror that she had in her eyes when I turned off her life support. She was only 23 years old. After I signed the death certificate, I went to get some rest before my shift ended. I remember walking down this long hallway, and at the end of the hall there were two doors. One door led to the staff change room, and the other door led to the patient's common area. I was so tired that I walked past the staff change room, the one that was clearly marked with a sign. I walked right into the patient's common area. It was then that I saw her. The patient who had just died was sitting on the couch in a common area reading a magazine. I was so shocked that I dropped the chart I was carrying. She looked up at me and smiled. I remember thinking, did she have a tongue or was it just her teeth? Because the way she smiled, it was like the Grim Reaper. I quickly bent down to pick up the chart, and I remember shoving it under my shirt to hide it. I didn't want her to see what I was looking at because I thought if she saw, she would come after me. So I started making my way to the staff change room. As I was walking, I could feel her eyes boring into me. I could feel her presence getting closer, and I could hear what sounded like chains dragging metal moans. I finally got to the staff change room, but before I could open the door, I felt her hand on my shoulder. I screamed and turned around, but she was gone. When I finally looked back at the door that I had walked through moments before, it was now locked. And when I tried to open it, it wouldn't budge. I started to panic and I started pounding on the door, screaming for help. Moments later, I heard footsteps and the sound of the lock being picked. The door opened and a coworker stuck his head out and asked, "What the hell is going on?" Startled, I could only scream, "Help me, please." He grabbed my hand and pulled me out of the room and down the hallway. As we were running, I could hear chains dragging behind me. I kept telling my coworker to run faster, but he didn't seem to be in a hurry. Finally, we got to the staff change room and he let go of my hand and started changing into his street clothes. When I asked him, "What the hell was that noise?" he looked at me like I was crazy and said, "What are you talking about? There's nothing here but the wind." And then he walked out, leaving me alone in the staff change room. To this day, I still don't know what was in that room, but sometimes at night I can still hear those chains dragging behind me.